Girls removed from a cross-country team to make way for a boy who thinks he's a girl. Now, two families are suing the Riverside Unified School District in California. Joining me now, Dan Slavin with his daughter Caitlin. They are suing that school district, and Julianne Fleischer, legal counsel at Advocates for Faith and Freedom. Caitlin, I want to start with you. Welcome to everybody. So I understand that two young ladies were removed from this team to make room for this young man. Tell us what happened.
Yeah, so I wasn't removed from the team, but my teammate Taylor was removed from the team. There's 7 runners that run on varsity for cross country, and she was the 7th runner for the females on the team. But this male comes into play and takes her spot. She's now the 8th runner on the team due to a biological male. This male did not show up to any practices, about 70%, I would say. And if she was getting her spot taken from a female who didn't show up to practice, that's one problem as it is. But let alone it being a male too is very disappointing.
Caitlin, I can't even imagine how you must have felt, you and your fellow teammates there, when that happened. What was your initial reaction?
I was very shocked, but I was also very disappointed. Knowing that there's people higher in authority and people that have the power to protect my safety and the safety of other female girls too, because it's not just soccer. I mean, it's not just cross country. It's other sports too, like soccer and flag, football and basketball and volleyball. There's so much more physical sports as well that it can affect and cause more injuries, but it also affects people mentally. And so knowing this is just so scary and so disappointing.
Sure. Dana, I want to bring you in here. Just hearing what your daughter shared, it had to have been infuriating. And I know that you guys have actually been warned that you might get backlash for contacting attorneys.
Yeah, there's always backlash that comes with this stuff, especially here in California. We worry about our family's safety and what some people might say about us, but there's been overwhelming support from 95% of the people that we talk to that agree with us. We just want to be a voice for all those people and make sure women have all the rights that they deserve.
Did you go to the school district and try to work all of this out before consulting with the attorneys? And if so, what did they tell you?
Yeah, we did. Early in the summer, when we heard the boy transferring to our school, we went and met with administrators at this school, and they said, yeah, if your daughter's uncomfortable, we'll make sure she has a restroom that she could go to. And then I asked, well, what if all 40 girls feel uncomfortable? And they said, well, we'll give them their safe spot. And I was like, so you guys are going to make everybody move out of their locker rooms and out of their restrooms to make space for one person? And they just kept assuring us, hey, we're going to have extra people at meets. We'll watch over your daughter, but there's really nothing we could do at this time. So there was a lot of empty promises and not much action taken, just a lot of finger pointing, I guess.
Well, Julian, I want to bring you into the conversation. All right, do they have a case here?
Yeah, absolutely. So on behalf of the two families and these brave female athletes, we filed a lawsuit against the school district and the state of California for Title IX violations. Title IX exists to protect female athletes like Caitlin, like her teammate Taylor. And so we filed this lawsuit back in October. We're still fighting this lawsuit on their behalf. But what is interesting is the school district is saying our hands are tied. State law requires us to allow boys to play on girls' teams. And the state of California is saying our hands are tied. We can't discriminate against transgender students. And what is interesting is there's no discussion about how this impacts our female athletes. And we have federal law, we have Title IX, we have President Trump's executive orders that have come out this year that are intended to protect female athletes, just like Caitlin and Taylor.
Yeah, this is just infuriating. And I think what really makes this different is the fact that a girl was literally kicked off the girls' team to make room for the boy, Julianne.
It's absolutely infuriating. It's one thing for these girls to just have to compete with a boy, but it's another thing when the boys are taking the placements of these female athletes. Just this last weekend, there was another track and field event. It was the CIF prelims, and there was a male athlete that was taking first, second, third place from these female athletes that have worked very hard in their high school careers at this sport. And what message is that sending to our female athletes for them to work really hard just to get to an event, and their placements given over to biological males that have biological differences, different strengths, muscle build, and we're basically saying that female athletes have no rights, and that's not okay. And so it's incredible to see young female athletes throughout the state of California and across the country that are saying this is not okay, and they're standing up for their rights under Title IX.
Well, good. Well, I'm glad that you guys are doing this. We've got to leave it there. Caitlin, you are a courageous young lady, and best of luck to you. Dan, thank you for joining the program, and Julianne Fleischer as well. We wish you guys the very best.